So we're gonna have some fun today. We are standing in one of the best investment properties to hit the market in Old East Village, done to the nines. We will get to that in a second. But we wanted to open up your minds a little bit and expose you to what we see on the back end and some mistakes we see investors making in the marketplace and how this ticks some boxes you may have not even thought of. So Nathan, what was the first thing we were just talking about when it comes to investors?
We were just talking actually about paralysis by analysis, and what that is someone who looks at a property and they'll run the price versus what the things they're renting for and utilities, and they'll run it like 7 times over, and they'll just contemplate where they're going to mess up, where they're going to lose money, and where they're just going to plain old mess up.
Yeah, and people will look at the 99 reasons to do something and not do it for the one reason that they find, and you can find that anywhere. The good thing about this property is we've actually gone through the process of already having our property manager through. We vetted it. Actually, cash flows very well for the area, and it is very difficult to find cash flowing properties in London, which means that it actually covers your mortgage costs and will pay itself down over time. What's the other thing that we were just talking about as far as mistakes or things people need to be aware of when they're buying investment properties in this area?
I would say probably over the last 4 to 6 years, London's really cracked down on rental licenses and making sure that properties have them when they're renting them to people. And all they're really making sure is that the house is up to property standards. They're making sure that ceiling heights are above 6'5", and they're making sure that all the windows are big enough for people to escape if there's a fire.
And there are ways to look at different properties and get those questions answered for you prior to closing. So this property, for example, has already been through a full-blown building inspection, and he'll be delivering an occupancy permit upon closing. We've even gone a step further and gone through the process of setting up a licensing inspection, I believe for November 21st, and he's willing to have it licensed on closing and do what needs to get done to make that happen. So having that assurance that you're buying a property that's gonna have a rental license in place when you close is absolutely crucial, because I have seen people buy triplexes that they think are legal because they have an old rental license in place, but it's never actually been inspected. Inspectors come through and all of a sudden it's not a triplex anymore, it turns back into a duplex. So very important to do your homework.
For sure.
So now that you got a master class from one of the best in the industry, Nathan Smith, what I want to talk to you about is design. So that's another thing that people make a mistake on, is they just buy a property and leave it as is. This one was professionally done by a professional contractor, somebody that knows very well what he's doing when it comes to building properties, and he's worked on some of the most expensive homes in London, and you get to benefit from that because this was one of his passion projects. So I'm standing in one of the 2 units in this duplex, and he's configured it that it essentially is going to be licensed as a 4-bedroom, up and down, and there's actually a little breakout area in the back that could double as an office or a studio. So if you're an avid YouTuber or somebody that likes doing design and you just want to have that extra breathing and elbow room, this is going to be an absolutely stunning unit for you to live in or just buy and rent out.
We're in the upper unit now, and this 2-bedroom is amazing. The bedrooms are at the front, but all this is open concept living room and dining room, and tons of space here for a dining room table as well. You get into these 2-bedroom apartments in the middle of downtown, and they don't have a dining room. They usually just have a living room and a kitchen. Not to mention all this, we're in an amazing area. We're in Old East Village. That should say enough for itself. Factories down the road, the farmer's market is literally down the street, and there's tons of amenities.
So as Nathan mentioned, the upper unit is stellar. The layout's amazing. The bottom unit, as you saw, is a showstopper. Property's going to be fully licensed and legal upon closing. And like Nathan said as well, you're standing in such a great area. Properties trading just on the other side of Adelaide are looking like in the 550s and close to 6s for similar quality finishes. So you really want to get into the market now, especially if you're looking for your first investment or you're looking for something to live in and then have another person cover a portion of your mortgage. So Nathan, appreciate your time today, and let us know if you want to book a private showing. We can accommodate it anytime.